Well, welcome back to session 3 of Hosting Life Together. This particular session is called Cultivating Your Spiritual Journey. You know, the Bible teaches us that we are to proclaim Him, admonish every man and woman, to teach every man or woman with all wisdom, that we may present every man complete in Christ. I've come to realize that this is a developmental step. It doesn't happen overnight, but it happens over time. It's best illustrated in my own life with my daughter. My daughter, Michelle, was diagnosed, along with my other daughter, with a form of cerebral palsy. She had one form early on. They thought she wouldn't even walk. It was so bad. But one day, she kind of started getting up on her haunches and started crawling a little bit, a little more aggressive. Next minute, she started climbing up on the edge of things and trying to walk, but she didn't look like she'd ever get underneath those legs. And they recommended she do a walker. So she got a little walker and started cruising around the house in this walker. Went slow to faster to really fast. Then she took her first step after maybe 4.5 years of age and jumped into my arms with her first step. With 5 kids in my family, you can only imagine that was the biggest first step out of all my children that I'll never forget. Now, what happened is, from that point on, she started getting up and started making her own steps. But we ended up moving into a 2-story house. She wanted to climb, not hanging onto the edge from the first floor to the second floor. She wanted to be able to go straight up the center of the stairs just like everybody else did. So one day I get this call. Now, she's over 5 years old almost. She calls me at the office. My wife says, "You got to come home." I come on home. All the rest of my kids are at the base of the stairs. And they're all sitting there, and there's almost, 20 flights? 20 steps on the way up from top to bottom. And she says, "Dad, I'm ready to do it." So she starts climbing up the stairs. She gets up a couple of steps and wobbles a little bit, doesn't grab the rail, keeps going. Got about 2/3 up the way to the top of the flight of stairs, and it looked like she was coming back. She went back to her heels. She reached over. She missed, but she caught herself. She kept going, one step at a time, all the way to the top. She got to the top. She pushes her arms up, presses, almost like a Rocky scene. I hear the music in the background. All my kids are going crazy. I'm going a little bananas as dad, but it was a moment my family will never forget. This thing did not happen overnight with Michelle, but it did happen over time. As with all of our spiritual journeys, it's only one step at a time. We are not looking for Jesus Jr. or Mary Juniorette. We are looking for people who are simply willing to take one step after another. This is going to grow you like nothing else. Please just jump in and get ready to help others grow in their journey, but first and foremost, begin with yours. Now, let's take a look before we start the training, and I want you to look and discuss in groups of 3 or 4, and just take about 60 seconds each, maybe 2 minutes, and share the answer to the question, what is it that helps you grow or has helped you grow most to even accelerate your growth in your, over the last, say, couple of years of your life. Take it as if it's somebody who had a video camera on you, and to ask, what was it that catalyzed you to get going and growing in your life? And then we'll be back in a moment.